Hi guys, what up? Welcome to Immunis Life Hacks. How you guys doing today? This video I would like us to react to how too much glucose speeds up your aging process, causing body to glycate faster. You know how it is that we tend to age very fast as a result of the amount of glucose that we have in our body.
Oven and it goes from pink to brown.
Let me start again.
When you put chicken in an oven,
it
goes from pink to brown. It has cooked and it has glycated.
Okay.
Glycation is doing the cooking. A human being, from the moment they're born, they start cooking.
Okay.
I know it sounds weird, but it's true. Through this process of glycation. And then when you're fully cooked, you die. I know it sounds really weird, but it's actually what happens scientifically. Glycation happens when you're brown on the inside, like the chicken in the oven.
Okay.
So for example, if you look at the cartilage of a baby, it has white. If you look at the cartilage of a person who's 100 years old, it is brown.
Okay.
Glycation and glucose kind of sound similar. I do, yeah. And it's because it's glucose that does the glycating. So
good. Glucose does the glycation, or the glycating as well. I think I've known this as a man for a very long time. I started to work on myself consciously when I was, I think, 33. The height of it was at the time I was 35. And up until that time, I basically just ate anything I saw. I wasn't conscious of what I was taking into my system. You know, but fast forward to this time now, I now began to thank my goodness that I started on time. Now that I'm in my 40s, I now see how much it is that I have developed myself over time, having to know what exactly it is that my body wants. So glycation, like she's talking about here, is done here by the glucose in our bloodstream. More like trying to differentiate the glycation of cooking, different from the glycation done by glucose. But they are the same thing, because it's more like the cooking of the body. You know, the body turning from white into brown, and that at this stage, or at this part, that is being done by the glucose that we take into our system.
The lower the glucose, the lower the glycation.
Okay, the lower the glucose, the lower the glycation. Did you see that? Now, as a man, I think it is a friend of mine, a young dude, came to me. I think it was probably a year ago. I think he was in his mid-20s, and he was telling me that he has issues about having to satisfy a woman. And by the time I started to ask him about the things that he ate and how is his eating life and drinking life, he said he basically just takes anything. And by the time I said, okay, mention some of those things that you take, everything, both the food and the drink, is just carbohydrates. It's all sugar. You see, you have to be conscious about things, and the only way that you can be conscious is to get informed. You know, I actually, for myself, it came as a result of that fact that I was having a back pain. I think it was by the time I was between 33 and 35, I was having a serious back pain, but I didn't even know what to do. I was just eating normally what I would eat. But by the time I started to Google a whole lot of things, having to come from the background of science, I started to realize that the whole of my meals, from morning, afternoon, and night, you know, was just carbohydrates. Yeah, they were all carbohydrates. You know, and I started to work on myself by doing what? By getting information. So I started to, you know, read books on men's health, read books on health generally, you know, things that would help me to better my look, better myself as an individual, and also help, because of course, if you don't do that, when a woman starts to tell you that you're not satisfying her, you start to lose your self-confidence and self-esteem. That's where it starts. If for crying out loud, even if she doesn't tell you that, and you're saying that to yourself, before you know, you start to become into yourself. You become conscious of the fact that you're not man enough. So if you are in your mid-20s or early 20s or 30s and you're listening to this, go and start to work on yourself now. The earlier the better. Okay, the earlier the better. Find information anyhow you can get it, because it will help you in the long run. It will help you in the long run.
So the more glucose is in your body, the more glucose spikes you are experiencing, the faster you are cooking.
You're cooking fast. The glucose spike, you're cooking fast, very fast. You'll be aging very fast. You'll be aging very fast, and you can see that in everything, in your skin, in your teeth, in virtually everything. You just start aging very fast.
The faster you are glycating and the faster you are aging, because glycation shows on your skin as wrinkles, but also slowly ages your organs with it.
That is it. It just slowly ages your organ. Honestly, once I started to do this, I won't lie to you, by the time now that I'm in my 40s, you know the kind of confidence that you have anytime you're outside or anytime you're all in a social gathering. You know, you literally look, if you look at me right now, looking at me, you barely see white hair, and I'm in my 40s. You can barely see white hair. This hair you're seeing is my hair, and it's as dark as I started early. Started to work on myself, you know, getting information and staying true. I hardly eat I don't eat like normal people would eat. I don't do it. Like, why would I do that? Why you're not doing a whole lot of job or not doing a whole lot of activities, and you're just gulping, just eating morning, afternoon? Are you a baby? Why would you eat that way? You know? And it is very, very important that you get education. Not only that, you get that education and then work on yourself. It takes discipline and determination, actually.
Wow.
So that's basically it. That's basically it on this channel. It is very important that you work on yourself. I can't say that. I can't overemphasize that enough. If you want to keep your steez, like that they would say, if you want to keep yourself high up there, if you want to be loved, if you want that self-confidence, that ability to get into a place and people flocking around you, around about you. I can't count how many times I've been in social gatherings, in the bank, in eateries, and someone just walks up to me and says, I love your hair. Or someone walks up to me and say, I just love your aura. And that's because I started early. Started to work on myself. I don't drink anyhow. I do a whole lot of green tea, a whole lot of ginger, a whole lot of turmeric, garlic, lemon, lime. I can't count how many things it's more like a ritual to me every morning. And I wouldn't even eat anything, food, until let's say around 5 or 6 in the evening. Because I just want to keep myself. I don't want to glycate. Don't you get it? Alright guys, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.